Hi everyone, I'm Essex Gamer Girl and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, so I'm really excited that you're here. If you love cozy games and creative building and the occasional survival adventure, I think you'll fit right in. Today we're starting a ethical zoo in Planet Zoo that's dedicated to vulnerable and endangered animals. So grab yourself a cuppa, get cozy and let's get started. And I think we're going to start with there's paths coming along, so we're going to align that to grid. And I think we're actually going to change. I love using this path here. What I do actually want to do is put some curves on the ground because they look pretty cute. And we're just going to bring this out a little bit. And then I'm thinking the first enclosure can be like around about here. What I usually do is put like the keeper huts and things like that here, but I think I'm actually going to put that to the side over here today. So we're just going to stick those down. So staff facilities, we're going to go. We're only going to need small ones for now, I think. So we're just going to pop these down first. We're not going to worry too much how we're putting them down, just because we are going to change this and we're going to obviously make it all look pretty. Oh, I forgot that one was pretty big. That's fine. Pop that there. There you go. And then we're going to put some paths in here. Let's delete that one there. That one can do its thing. Turn that down because that's quite big, isn't it? Don't need anything that big. Pop this out like so. And then we're just going to join them up. Is this one going to join up, or is this one going to be annoying today? Oh, there you go. Joined up. We're going to join that one. And then, as I say, does not need to look pretty today. We're going to just do our thing. And we're going to bring this out just a little tad so we can join that up. And then what we are going to do, so we don't have to get unwanted guests down there, is pop that there for now. That's fine. And then we're going to delete that off. Oh, that wasn't meant to happen. Oopsie daisy. Let's get rid of that and let's try that again. Align to grid. No, we don't want that. We want this one, don't we? Deselect that. And then we're going to want that like so. And then we're going to do our first enclosure, I think, here. Oh, what I was thinking is we were going to look at quokkas today. So we can have up to 23 males and 23 females. It has to have a minimum of 1 up to 24. So I think we can start with maybe one of each depending on what's available. Let's have a little look. We want something where both of these two are quite decent, and this one, immunity, isn't quite so bad. We can always build that up. It's not too hard. The main thing is the size and longevity. Those ones take a while to get built up, so and then we're going to send these two to quarantine, which we can't do because we've got no staff yet. So let's go ahead and hire some staff. We're going to have a caretaker because my zoos always get really messy. We're going to have a keeper, and we're going to have a vet for now. They're the only 3 that I think we need right now. We also need to create our first work zone. We're just going to include all of this. There you go. And now we can put our animals into quarantine, which is not going to work. Does anyone else have this issue? It always seems to do this. I don't know if I'm just doing something a bit quirky here. Right, that's going in. Now what we need to do is have a little look at kind of the area and the space they need. Let's take a little look. So they're confident with humans, that's pretty cool. Guests can interact. Maybe we'll do a little walk through enclosure. And they're vulnerable, which is also what we're aiming for. So the space isn't actually too bad. How tall does it need to be for the enclosure? Grade 1, 1.25. Okay. Let's get building. What we're going to do is we're going to move this like along here, and we're going to make it smaller, and then people can walk around the enclosure as well as going through, and then we can have animals over here, and we can have animals over here too. I think that works pretty well. I'm going to go, probably going to go maybe straight through, but like end up somewhere over here or here. So what we're going to do is delete that. We'll build around the habitat gate to start with. So we're going to do barriers. We're going to go null barriers. This thing always stresses me out. Let's see what we can do here to make it look a bit better, right? I don't really want a big one like that. If we stick this panel in here, let's have it matching the other ones. Move that over a tad. don't like the way that that's sitting. Can we move it so it sits like that? Yeah, that works. What we're going to do is move all of this over. It'll let me. And then we're going to select these, and we're going to do this the easy way. And just whoop. And now what we need to do is move these. Just notice this. Let's move that over just a tad. So now what we're going to do is just stick some habitat boards up. I always find this, it's easier to do it when you've got the ones with the poles on. Just means it's the right way as well. They look about the same. And then we're going to go construction. What kind of light should we have? Just because I always forget to put these in. Now we're just waiting for the animals to pass quarantine and we can move them into our new habitat. What I usually like to do is get them in a habitat, and then I can see what kind of plants and the kind of shelters and things like that that I could look to do. What I probably will do for now, I quite like adding a bit of terrain. We're just going to find the animal on here and then we can look for like shelters. What I might actually do is lower this side and put the little hut on here. Probably help if I put a keeper's gate in as well, which I shall do in 2 seconds. Gonna rename this quickly. There you go. And both of them have passed quarantine. Let's get them moved in. What I should probably do, so they haven't got to run all the way around there, is add a little thing onto here. Because that would be helpful, wouldn't it? How funny. I'm just going to pause that for a minute because I'm looking for... Don't know what's happening with them, but it's not working. I'm not too sure what's happening with them. Now what we're going to need to do is pause this and we're going to build a little habitat, I think a little house for them. And we're just going to go ahead and stick some bedding into a little new house, as I like to call it.
And I think that's enough for the nature side of things and the trees and the bushes. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to look at what kind of enrichment stuff that they like. So we're going to go ahead and pop one of these in over here. And then we're going to go, hey, that's probably not a good idea to put it there. How about this one? Negative effect, core, water, still reaches. Awesome. What we need to do now is put up the path. There you go, like so. We're going to need a mechanic. So, pop him there. And what we do need to do is put all of our stuff. Okay. All of our stuff is going to be under button 1. Like so, just make sure these are in here. One thing I forgot to do is put these on. Also, we need some donation bins in because that's how we get our dollar. Right, so facilities. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna change the colours to pink. There you go, that looks awesome. Let's just make sure they're all happy and just a little close up. Look how adorable they are. Oh my goodness. I wonder if they can share the habitat with someone else. Let's have a look. Another species, let's see. They don't, no. Oh, that's a shame. I think we've got a few more that are still in quarantine. Let's have a little nose. Yeah, we've got one in quarantine still. Let's see if we've got another male that's ready. Oh no. Oh, she's quite good. Let's adopt her. You know what? She's not too bad either. We're going to get both of these. Going to move them both into quarantine. And then we're going to go and move her into our quokka enclosure. And there's one more thing that I do want to do. What we're going to do is stick an education speech here. We might even be able to sit down. Add some seatings in here too. And then we can build something around this so it looks more, it doesn't look so out of place. What we're going to do is make this slightly bigger, like so. And then we're going to move this talk stand to here. Education and educator. What gonna go with, pause that for 2 seconds. We're going to assign all of our stuff to the right work zone. Work zones, we're gonna add this one into it, like so. And then it's currently June. We want to give it usually 3 or 4 months just because it takes a while to move around. So maybe September, that should be enough time. So I've educated walking around. I'm thinking delete that and that. I'm thinking like one of these every 2. And as you know, I like to use these. Do you know what we can do actually? It's just copy this. Look at that, that looks cute. Now let's grab some of these bins and put those out and about. Oh, that's really silly of me, isn't it? I've put the board this side, but they can't get through because the staff parking's there. It's very silly. Oh, there's one thing that we didn't do. We didn't fix the path, did we? And just to add a little bit of character to it, this is what I like to do to the outside of areas when it's like a bit green. Don't really like the way that that's sitting, so I'm just going to get rid of that. I don't really like the way that one's sitting either. And then we're just going to do like some bushes and some flowers just to make that look a bit prettier. How are these guys getting on? Oh, they're both ready. We're going to move them into into the habitat now. Well, that's handy, isn't it? So should we go 5 and 4? There you go. They're both being moved. Should we go have a little nose at these guys? Oh, look at them! They're so cute. Oh, I just saw this one just running across here. What I do need to do is stick our stuff on the vet research. There we go. This is our quokka habitat. It's looking very busy, and they seem to be very happy. We've got the education here. We've got a little speaking area, which we are going to do something with, just not right now. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed.